Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Chart Patterns Mastery. May 16th, 2024 free video. What's today about? Today is all about correlation. So what are we talking about in there? Well, we know the markets went up yesterday, and one of the reasons is because the bond market went up. So this is the bond futures yesterday. There's your big rally here. Right in there. Ooh, I like this. I've never used that kind of arrow. That's pretty cool. So you had the big rally yesterday, and that led on the left to the big rally in the Russell and everything else. So today you have the bond market settling back down. Not all the way. Not all the way at all. As you see, the bond market is at that bull flag that you had yesterday after the opening. On the other hand, on the right, you have the Russell has given back everything from yesterday. It's below that bull flag. So it's all the way down to here. Now, why is that significant? Because this is what I posted before it started selling off. The NASDAQ I'll show you on both of them. There. So there's the NASDAQ on the right. That is where it was after the CPI. Here's the Russell on the right. Yeah, the Russell's all the way back to it, as you see. Russell's all the way back to it, while the NASDAQ is all the way up here. Yeah, another 240 points higher. So that's, we always try to combine things. So number one, you have big open interest in the S&P at 5,300. So I thought that the S&P at the minimum would go back to the 5,300 level, or that's like the S&P futures going to about 5,320, which is exactly what they did. All we're doing in here is we're combining different factors. So one of the factors was on the right, on the left, the Russell going back to that level. On the right, it's betting on the S&P going to the 5,300, but also because the Russell's down at these levels, it was more likely that on the right, the S&P would indeed go to the 5,300 at the minimum. Maximum, it could go all the way to where it was yesterday, down 60. But for today, we were just going for the big open interest for tomorrow at the 5,300 level. So all about correlations. Now, what do we also mean about correlations? Well, Biden came out today about pro-marijuana decriminalization. So here's another correlation for you. GTBIF on the right, that's the one we've been playing, and CGC on the left. So you see the correlation on how that went nutso. That went nutso. So, but this one was the one at support already. That's why we played this one. Not this one on the left. But when the one on the left started going up today, we bought the one on the right. That's how we made about 70 to 80 cents in GTBIF the easy way, using the thing on the left as our tell on the right. So our initiation. So one of them, we were using the bond market, and here's another correlation for you. If the bond market was selling off, and the bond market pulled up the interest-sensitive utility index, which it did, then if the bond market started selling off, which it did, then the utilities at the minimum should go back to here, which they did. Now, that might not be like a big move, but the utility index, the XLU, you could trade 10,000 shares if you want, and it sold off 40 cents from our entry. So we played the XLU today. We played the XSP, which is a tenth of the SPX. We played GTBIF. We like the more correlations possible. So the better. So if this, and I'll give you another creative one. Here's the bond market on the left. So we know it sold off somewhat, not all the way back to where it was yesterday. That would be here. So on the left now, we're going to go put this. We're going to put the Russell on the left again. You're going to get sick of looking at the Russell. There's your Russell. So we have the Russell all the way to there. So then it comes down to, well, if we think the NASDAQ could go to the same spots, is there something in the NASDAQ that was already underperforming today before the NASDAQ over here on the right started selling off? So we're going to go and show you a 5-minute chart, and I'll show you what we're talking about. So here's the NASDAQ, and we know the NASDAQ got nailed at the end of the day. That's all fine and good. But were there other things that were going down beforehand? There sure were, and these were things we played. So the NASDAQ was up in these upper echelons, and I'm just going to put an arrow right here. NASDAQ was here, right near its high. Already on the right, though, you have the SMCIs of the world already going down. Already going down. So if the Russell went down and the bonds went down, then this was going to sell off on the left, which meant the ones that already had like bearish patterns were more likely to break, which is exactly what happened. The key now is what tomorrow? Well, if the Russell undercuts the lows from tomorrow, then it's more likely that these that went bonkers yesterday, the NVIDIAs and the SMCI, will give it all back. That's what we'll be watching on the opening. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Brecher, and I'm Senior Managing Director of Stocks at Simpler Trading. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like our content, please leave us a like and a comment down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification icon so you never miss any of our great new content coming out. Good trading, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.